Hello everyone, it's Lottie from Cancer as a Lifestyle. So today's movie and stitch letter is D. And as I mentioned before, the movie I chose is something I've wanted to watch for quite a while, actually ever since it came out. But when I first started watching it, I only watched maybe like the first not even 5 minutes, and it was just way over my head. But I think it's not even that it was over my head, it's just that as a Christian, it was kind of controversial to our evangelical beliefs, and it was all over the news media and all, is this true or not? And I don't know, it just clouded and made me biased, I think. So I've always kind of wanted to go back and watch it again, uh, only to just kind of, do the discernment like we are told to do. Always should always check what's out there. And but I'm known for that. I am known for taking my time sometimes and going and seeing a movie. For instance, when Schindler's List came out, it took me quite a few years to see it because of its content, and I had to prepare myself. So, are you guys like that? Do you take, you need to prepare yourself, or kind of like, take be like the last person to watch a certain movie because of the fact that, of the content, So I'm like that. So when it came out, actually the movie is called The Da Vinci Code. So it came out in 2006. It was directed by Ron Howard, and it starred Tom Hanks and what was the other one that had quite a few different, Alfred Molina and Ian McKellen, and it had quite a lot of actors that are well known in there. And it was actually about a murder that happened inside the Louvre that involved Da Vinci's paintings that gave him clues to uncover what ended up being a religious mystery that has been hidden for centuries. And, or, where the Vatican did not want to get this mystery out because it would be like uncover like a scandal that would prove the whole Catholic Church or evangelical group as, I don't know, false, or something like that. So I think everyone is familiar with the Da Vinci Code. So I watched it. I have to say that my choosing to wait, look how long, how many years to watch it, even though I've, like I said, I've tried, and I think a lot of my personal feelings got involved in it. I still had a lot of these feelings, but I was determined to finish watching the movie. I am a person that I like to, um, whenever there is some kind of a dispute or a debate going on, I want to see all the facts for myself and let me make up my own mind. Excuse me, hold on a second. Sorry about that. I ended up coughing like your throat is dry. So I'm glad I watched it for that reason, that I can, in my own mind, I can, say that what I believe is still what I believe. And so, yeah, it was 2.5 hours long. It was a long movie, and normally this is not a big deal for me. I love to actually watch a lot of series that are like, have a couple years even in a row. I will sit through it all. I have no problem watching any kind of, a lot of the epic movies are like that. I have no problem with it. But what I chose to work on was a homeless man, and 2.5 hours, I mean, left my hand aching really bad. So I did get a lot done on it, and it's at that stage where it's big enough where it's really uncomfortable for me, because it's also, don't forget, it's plastic bags, it's Plarn, so it just like slides right off of you. So what I do is, whenever it gets too big, I start rolling it up. See? And then I just work, then flip it, boom, work on the other side. So how far did I get? Well, I'm pretty far. I can't even see all of it. I'm pretty far. I did a lot. But, like I said, I have to roll it up now. My hand was aching. I am glad that I am finally at D, because I think they should be like around F now, the whole group, because they're doing it every 2 weeks. So I'm almost, caught up with them, doing it more than they are, trying to get caught up. But I'll be happy when I am on track with them and I can do every 2 weeks, because this really does hurt my hand, and I think this would be a really good thing to work on every 2 weeks. This is a good number, but 2.5 hours was just too much for this hand, and I ended up having to kind of stretch it, and yeah, it was hurting. But the temperature is also not a good time right now. So yes, that was it. Would I watch Da Vinci Code again? No, because I did it. It's not a movie that I would return to. It's not it's not a movie that is like going to be added to one of my favorites, but a lot of movies are like that. But I am glad that I went through the process and then watched it, and now I know what all the big hoo-ha was about, and I mean, I'm glad I finally made it. So that was one of the things on my list. It was very engrossing in the part that you could not leave it. You didn't want to miss up a scene. So I would suggest, I'm sure all of you have your own opinions on it, and I'm sure everybody's basically seen it. Prepare, get yourself all your stuff like I do. I just have my coffee and my yarn and all, and it's just good thing that nowadays we can watch things and pause them and then go and take care of what we need to take care of. And it's not like it was years ago where if you missed it, you missed it. We can always replay it. But anyway, that was my movie for the letter D. I I do not know what I'm going to watch for E at all. It's so funny how our mind plays tricks with us, I think, because when you think of, okay, so what, suddenly I can't remember one E movie off the top of my head. So I think this time around I am going to go look at my movie stash and see, because I have them in an alphabetical order, and see what I have, and let's see what I can watch. It's like a total blank. I can't remember one movie that it begins with the letter E. Isn't that crazy? Now it'll be the same thing with F and G and all, and yet any other given day you could think of many of them. Isn't that funny how our mind just plays tricks with us? So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.